my name is Ferinial and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you're a regular around here. Hi. Today we're in The Sims 4 where I'm going to be taking you on a tour of a build that I did a little while ago that was based on a house that I saw, I think on like Facebook or something. It was kind of doing the rounds as like old abandoned places or something along those lines. So this is the house here. This is the exact image that I found or came across and then went, ooh, I'm going to build that in The Sims. If you are to reverse image search this house now, you can actually see a bit more of like the interior and the back of the house and stuff. But when I built the house, I was going off purely this picture. So I didn't have any details about what the back of the house looked like. So there will be some differences there if you are to try to look up this house a little bit more. This house, as best as I can tell, is located in Willebroek in Belgium. Willebroek? Something along those lines. Pronunciation is not my strong sport. I'm sorry. And it was apparently designed by an architect by the name of Jacques Ottelohe? Apologies, Jacques. I don't know. Jacques. I'm going to skip ahead from trying to pronounce things. I'm just going to move straight onto the tour because that went badly. So this is what she looked like in real life. And then, smooth transition, fingers crossed, this is my version. Ta-da! So immediately you can see that the pillars going down the front are a different color to what they were on the original build. I did try to have the black pillars going on this build, but they looked terrible in The Sims. So I decided to go with the white. I also decided to sort of try and tell a little bit of a story with the house in that instead of being left and abandoned in like the 70s, it's been, you know, kept and passed down to like children and then their grandchildren and so on and so forth. So there's a bit of history to the house. It's an old house, but it's been upkept and all that. So maybe at some point the pillars got painted white. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. So we have the garage going on down the front there behind the van. It is not real. It's just decorative just to make the facade look correct. And we are, of course, in Strangerville. I tried this lot on a lot of different, lots, and it suited up here. So we will occasionally have crazy people walking by. There's none currently, thankfully, but once we're inside, we won't notice them. So we jump over the cactus because we like to live life dangerously. And then we approach the front door. I'm not going to go down and walk up those steps because that's going to be a pain in the butt. I think I'm the right height for a sim now. And then we come in. Straight away, we're greeted with the sillier the better. Really, Shelley? Sure, you like silly behavior, but oh my gosh. I had that so well planned. Let's get back to where we were. Okay, so we come down and we are greeted straight away by the stairs and Shelley herself. There's a family of 5 living here currently. That's Shelley. Cool hair, Shelley. And we can choose to go either into the kitchen or towards some bookshelves. We're going to go towards the kitchen first, I think. So the kitchen is above the garage that we looked at before, which is kind of why that window is so high up, just to make the front side look better. Again, it's been a while since I finished this house. I actually have packs now where I could have put some backsplash down and that would have looked really nice, but oh well. So, you know, it's an old, I want to say 70s, maybe 90s, I don't know, kind of style kitchen, but it's functional. There's no point replacing it yet. It's nice. It's clean. It works. Maybe it's one of the next bits to get updated. Who knows? There's lots of clutter going on. Clutter is a theme throughout this house because I figured as it gets passed down, stuff gets passed down with it and then held onto and it becomes an heirloom. And then all of a sudden your house is just filled with stuff. Through here, we have an Art Deco style bar, just to kind of tie in with the overall sort of themes of the house. And then a circular table with some, I want to say, mid-century modern chairs and an old sort of more farmhouse style table. But again, because this has been handed down through different Sims throughout. Shelley, was that you? Darn kids in the Sims. The mixture of like different styles and stuff, I think, is what makes that sort of work. So from the dining room, we come out into the patio, which has a... Tony has been here. Tony has been here. What'd you cook, Tony? Ew. Why do they look like gator skewers? Anyway, a normally not stinking barbecue and a nice little outdoor eating area where you can watch the planes go by. And it's very lovely. Little vertical garden. I like to think that this little corner here, this is like Granny's favorite spot to sit because she liked to watch the view of the plateaus and all that's in the mesas, which is nice. Swing set, that's new. Did someone just glitch through me? No, I'm crazy. And not much else going on in the backyard. In my head, the family that's currently living here has only just recently moved in, so that's why there's a mess on the floor. No, that's not why there's a mess on the floor. Coming back in, we get into the living room area. Some kind of old vintage style. Hey, it's Fern. Style couches that I think came from their mother, their parents, and links back around to the dining room through this little archway. A nice divider here, a nice little reading corner. Hey, it's D. And books and stuff going on there. Lovely little space. Here's more of that clutter that's been going on. So there's lots of board games and little activities and random knickknacks up there. Down here, we have some understair storage. I don't know if this could actually be used by a pet if you had one. I did not play test for that. Normally I don't play with pets in The Sims because they're so needy. But under here you have just some boxes and also importantly your decorating boxes. So if you want to decorate your house for, excuse me, a holiday, that's where you go. Back out here and going to D's kind of height. Hey, cool hair, dude. We have the house telephone, very important. Interestingly, good point to note, Sims use Arabic numbers. There you go. Who knew? All the Simlish and everything going on, and then here we go. Little familiarity. The bookshelf continues on. I really liked having this kind of come out and divide the space off. I didn't want to close it off completely and have an archway, but it also needed a little something to just sort of delineate the space. Loads more clutter going up on the top there. And then there's a little office space here, so you can do work stuff. In my head, the grandmother who originally lived here, like Shelley's grandmother, or maybe even Fern's grandmother, was a writer, and so she had a lovely writing stage. Some of these are her books, and they've just passed down with the family. Family control area thing, majig, because, well, there's going to be a teenager living here. There's a teenage bedroom, so you need to be able to set a curfew. And then we're back to the front of the house, so we can go up the staircase. Whee! Immediately up the top here in this middle door, we have a bathroom with a black toilet and a black bath, which is just ugh, to me, but suited the vibes of the house, so that's why we went with that. Built-in little sink area and a little alcove for a shower. I like to think that the shower is a more modern inclusion, just because it's the handheld one. I don't think they were really a thing until fairly recently. Coming back out this way, we will go this way first. Up here we have what in my head is always going to be a guest bedroom, but is being claimed by Tony and Finn. There's also an old telephone up here, but this one's not working. Bit of a storage room because, you know, guest bedrooms, they end up like that. It's like, oh, I need to put this somewhere. I'm just going to put it in the guest bedroom for now. But then it never leaves the guest bedroom, and so on and so forth. Lovely view out the window at the very grand house across the way there. But very nice. Coming back out to the hallway, on the right here we have what I imagined the teenager's bedroom to be. Who's sleeping here? Oh, Fern's sleeping here. I forgot to go and assign everyone their beds so that they'd be in the appropriate rooms. But yeah, lots of kind of cozy vibes, not super personalized because again, the family has only just moved in. So the teens' main kind of furniture items have made their way in, but they haven't had time to poster the wall and all that sort of stuff and repaint and everything. Through this way is the kids' bedroom. Of course, obviously, both bedrooms, they've already got mess through them because kids. This lots of stuff going on in here. Bike repair kit. Nice little place for them to do their homework. And they really like Detective Llama, I want to say is the name of that movie thing. Planes, because you saw the planes driving around? In The Sims, little known fact. In The Sims 4, planes don't fly, they drive. This over here is just some photography that I took of the area when I built the house. So it's got the planes, a lot of the mesas, and some of the just the views and stuff. I thought it was a nice little touch. Through here we have an optional other bedroom, but currently it's being used as like a little rec room for the kids. So a couple of couches, some posters up on the wall, TV, PlayStation, gaming device of some description, and a computer, as well as yarn and craft activities galore because it's a rec room. It's what it's for. Down this way, having saved the best for last, this is... Oh, I wasn't ready to go through that yet. Why are we going through that so soon? But this is the main bedroom. Who's sleeping in here? This is not your room, bro. Anyway, this is the main bedroom of the house. Got a lovely big headboard, which again, I like to think is kind of original. It's very, to me at least, Art Deco and goes with the vibes. So yeah, that's what's going on over there. Stack of books. Again, they're still in the process of moving in. A couple of baby photos. How angry does that baby look? Stop taking photos of me. Little place to sit and enjoy the view. Curtaining a curved wall. Ugh, hate it. That was kind of as good as it was going to get. And then through here, that is a little archway. It's glitched out on me and I didn't realize. So let me just... No, I can't do that until I go into build mode, can I? All right, well, let's just zoom back through it. So this is meant to be an archway. So you meant to be, this is to the walk-in robe. So you're meant to be able to see through it. But, and like the little curtains there for a little bit of privacy if you wanted it. But yeah, just some drawers and space for your shoes. And then some hanging racks. I did not put anything up here. Again, they've just moved in. It's fine. And then through here, we have a little ensuite. So in here, we've got a white toilet and just a shower with a basin. No bath or anything in this one, but it wouldn't fit. So yeah, so that brings us to the end of this tour. I really, really like this house. Let me know actually in the comments below if you have any other house facades that I could use to build more of in The Sims, because I really liked... One of the things that draws me to building in The Sims, right, is like that whole sort of, I guess, my nosy side of like what's going on in other people's houses. Not what's going on in other people's houses, but what's going on with other people's houses. Like, how do they have their furniture laid out? What's the layout like? I don't know. It fascinates me. Like in my area, there's a lot of like what I like to call pop-up houses, in that there's an area not too far from me where they literally have the exact same house like 10 times in a row. It looks weird but yeah, I guess it would have been cheap for them to build it and all that. But you just know that every single one of those houses on the interior is going to be like completely different. Different colors on the wall, different furniture, potentially even different layouts. I doubt some of them have a few little differences. But I would assume most of the layouts will be the same. But you never know. I know you can do things like off the plan. You can like flip the layouts and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know. It just fascinates me. Like, what would the inside of this house look like? So yeah, if you have any other like abandoned buildings or not abandoned buildings that I can just work off the facade off again, please let me know in the comments below, because I would love to be able to build more of this sort of thing. I had so much fun with this house. But yeah, while I was talking, I should have been jumping across into build mode, but I lack that ability to multitask like that. So let's go into daytime so we can kind of see what's going on. So you've got a heap of solar panels on the roof because, again, the sun in the desert. It'd be silly not to. So this is the floor plan. So we had our steps up into our little weird entryway, our kitchen, bar with dining, and then to our patio, our lounge room. Hey, that stain thing's gone now. Did someone clean it up? Our little reading area through to like our office space with all the books and the clutter. That's the word I was looking for. Also under the stairs there, you've got your little storage area. Upstairs, we came into the bathroom, and then we went down into the guest bedroom, teenager's bedroom, kids' bedroom, and then the makeshift rec room. Oh, hello, Ruby. Hi. And then we came into the main bedroom, and then we go, look, proof that it was actually... What are you doing to my carpet? Trying to scratch up my rug. Proof that was just glitching out, and it wasn't, that I forgot to put an arch there. And then through into the walk-in robe and the ensuite. Oh, hello, darling. Do you want to say hello? Hi. Don't you step on my keyboard. And then, yeah, the swing set out the back there. So yeah, that is the... Oh yeah, I should show you as well. So that's all the front of that looks like. And again, is why that window is so high up. But yeah, I'm going to leave this one here. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!